Okay, everyone. We are going to, this will be a short video just on the microscope. So let me share my screen here and we'll go through that microscope model. Let's see if we can find it. I gotta move this out of the way. Okay, so when we go into the course, we are going to see, let's go back one more. If we go into course materials, you'll see exam 1 information, and that this first folder, microscope, cells, mitosis, this folder here has a lot of the files that have just the model pictures. Okay, what you're seeing down below here is the rest of some of the tutorial stuff. So here's my Zoom video on the first PowerPoint that we did in the course. Here's the actual PowerPoint just by itself. There's a bunch of tutorials here on just, body regions if you want to self-quiz yourself on that. Okay, so let's click on the microscope. When we click on the microscope, it'll take us to this, okay? So hopefully soon we'll be back in the classroom, and when you take out the microscope, you don't want to hold it from the head, right? You hold it from the neck or the arm, which is here. This is a little bit of the neck, and you hold it by the base. So one hand's under the base, the other hand is on the arm or on the actual neck, which is the back portion of it. Some of the other key landmarks here, you have the head on top. These are ocular lenses, right? And you can adjust them, right? Because everyone's eyes, some people have eyes that are close together, some are wider apart. So these are adjustable, almost like binoculars, right? You can hold binoculars, you can open and close them depending on the distance of your eyes from your nose. So these are ocular lenses, not to be confused with the objectives, okay? These don't change in magnification, but the objective lenses do. There's like a 10x, a 40x, and a 100x, right? When you're on the 40x and you rotate these by the rotating nose piece, right? You don't hold the objective lenses and manipulate it by turning the silver lenses. You actually hold it at the rotating nose piece and turn those to the different objectives. So if you would have put a slide on the mechanical stage, we see we have this stage clip that's here, and the stage clip, when you hit this little lever on the side, it kind of opens and works on a spring. So if this is the slide, the spring opens and then boom, and then it catches it and holds it flush against the back silver part here. So the lens would sit here on the mechanical stage, and if you're on a 40x and you're looking through the ocular lenses, it's not up close. You're looking at everything in the field of view. Whatever's on that slide will be in the field of view. Once you go to 40, from let's say 10x to 40x, now it's going to magnify. When you're on 10x, let me go back, everything's in the field of view, right? So if you had just a letter, let's say the letter E, you can see the full letter E under 10x. Under 40x, now it's magnified. You may not be able to see the full letter E. If you're on 100x, maybe you're going to see a little black, maybe the horizontal, but not the full E, okay? So you could then play around with these knobs on the side. There's the mechanical stage controls that are here that go up and down. And then there's the coarse adjustment knob and fine adjustment knob. When you look at the mechanical stage control, and you play around with the upper one and the lower one. There's two there. One is going to move the mechanical stage forward or backward. It's going to move it in this plane. The other moves it left and right. Okay, so it glides forward, backward, left, and right. If you're on, let's say, a 40x, and you're like, oh, it's too close, you can then use the course adjustment knob, the larger of the two, and as you turn it, it moves the stage down, and it's coarse. So if you do a little turn, it moves it enough. If you use the fine adjustment knob, you can turn it quite a bit, and it moves it just a little bit up and down. So the fine adjustment knob moves it finely. The coarse adjustment knob moves the stage up and down coarsely. All right. The light is going to come up this way. The sub-stage light is going to shoot up. There's a condenser in there that's really going to harness and hone in on that light and condense it. There's a little diaphragm lever. It's called the iris diaphragm lever that glides around, and it can kind of open and close to allow lots of light through or a little bit. If there's all the way open, the light shines through. It can almost blind you, right? So you manipulate that down, it allows a little bit of light through there. You can also use the light control on the side next to the base. So that's where the on and off switch is. And you can use the light control also to dim it. It's like a dimmer switch on a light bulb. So you got the coarse and the fine adjustment knob, the mechanical stage, forward, backward, left, right, coarse, fine, just a little bit at a time, mechanical stage, the mechanical stage clips, the objective lenses, the ocular lenses, and the head. All right. When you put it away, you will hold it by the arm and the base. There's usually a nice slip cover, and it goes away. All right. So if we're not back in the classroom, then when we're in a classroom, I can actually take one of these out and put it out and tag it for the lab test. Here, we'll just omit the labeling and ask you the different parts on an exam. When we move forward, we're going to be asking you different types of tissues like epithelial tissue, connective tissue, and different muscle tissue. In the lab, we would put the slide under there. You'd look through and have to identify it. What we're going to do is take pictures or screenshots of what you'd see, and those you can see in the lab book. Those are also in the lecture book, and they're also all in my PowerPoint presentation. So every slide that I'm going to ask you in terms of tissue, is it epithelial tissue? Is it simple squamous epithelium? Is it cuboidal epithelium? Is it areolar tissue? Is it smooth muscle? Is it cardiac muscle? Is it a neuron? All of those slides will be in one of the PowerPoint presentations. You'll have access to all of them, so there won't be any surprises. Okay? All right, so that's the microscope. We're going to end it here. Let me close this out.